Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'm going to walk you through how I changed the battery on this Ion Pathfinder 2 portable speaker. I purchased this thing a few years ago, but I've been noticing here lately that if it's not plugged into the wall, that it will not power on. Now, this Ion Pathfinder 2 has an internal battery and it makes it portable. So you can use this thing at a tailgating party. You can lift the handle and transport this thing around. It has wheels on it and it works real nice. If you're out on your patio, you want to listen to some music, this thing works great. But here lately, I just noticed it will not power on unless I have it plugged into the wall, which means that the internal battery is dead. So I want you to stay tuned to this video and I'm going to walk you through how I change out the battery on my Ion Pathfinder 2 portable speaker. So let's get started. I wasn't going to make this video, but I'm sure that there are some viewers out there that probably purchased this exact same unit or a unit similar to it, and now you've been having some issues with the battery. So this video just may help the viewer that purchased this same unit and you're trying to figure out about changing the battery. So to change out the battery, what I'm going to use, I'm going to use a 2.5 millimeter Allen. I have some long needle nose pliers and I have a replacement battery. Real quick, I'm just going to show you. I'm going to plug this thing in. It's got a connector here on the rear, and once I plug it in, it's getting a blue light, which means it has power. I can turn on the unit by pressing the power button. So this thing actually, it turns on with the cord, but if I unplug the cord, you'll notice it cuts off. It will not even stay powered on. So that means that the internal battery is dead. Only way it'll work if I plug it in.
That's forhers.com/radio. forhers.com/radio.
Hey, my name is Mandy with your family.
Well, anyway,
Career expert.
I just wanted to show you what happens when I disconnect the power cord, that it just doesn't even power on. So I'm going to demonstrate how to change out the battery in this Ion Pathfinder 2. First thing I need to do is flip this unit over. We're going to flip the unit over. On the back of the unit, we have this panel on the back. There's a total of 14 screws. We have 8 longer screws and 6 smaller screws. So the longer screws will go down the center. We're going to have 8 of those, and we're going to have 6 smaller screws that go on the edge of the panel. So I've already started to take some of these screws out, and I'm just going to take out the remaining screws to show you what it actually looks like. You have a total of 14 of these screws. 8 of these screws are down the center, which are the longer screws go down the center. The shorter screws go along the edge. So you have 6 short screws and 8 longer screws. So remove those screws out of the back of the unit. Still have a screw here on the, make sure all of your screws are out. And this panel should come right up. So we're going to take that panel off on the back. And the battery is located right here on the rear. And it's a perfect battery. It's in there good. So you're going to have to get this battery out. So what I'm going to do is stand this unit up, and there's nowhere to grip. So I'm just going to kind of tap the unit, kind of bounce it a little bit. Not too hard. I want to make that battery kind of come out. It's in there kind of tight. So I'm going to take the battery, just kind of wiggle it out. I mean, it's in there kind of tight, so it's not going to just come right out, but just wiggle it out. Very simple. And you have two wires. You have a red wire and a blue wire. Red is your hot, and the blue wire will be your ground. So I'm just going to pull off these connectors. It's just that simple. The battery is out. I will include a link in the description of the video of the replacement battery that I'm actually using to replace this battery that came out of the Ion Pathfinder 2. My volt tester, and I just want to test this battery to see how much volts are in this battery. So I'm going to turn on my multimeter, put it on DC volts. So I'm showing 9.81 volts. So I'm going to take my tester, set it to the side, take my bad battery. We're going to set it to the side, and we're going to take the new battery. It's going to be the replacement battery. Let's see if it's the same size. Yeah, it looks about the same size and the same width. I'm going to take my tester, connect it to this battery, and see what am I getting. So I'm getting 13.14 volts. So yes, this battery is charged and is ready to go. So I'm going to turn off my multimeter. I'm going to hook the red to the positive and the black to the ground, or the negative. I noticed those terminals are smaller on the replacement and they're wider on the original battery. I'm going to take my needle nose pliers and just try to crimp down that connector to try to make it tight as possible. It's on the ground. Oh yeah. I'm going to do the same to the negative. To the positive. I'm going to take my needle nose and just try to crimp down that terminal. That way I can have a tight connection. Make it a little bit more tighter. Okay, that's nice and tight. I'm going to take these long needle nose and just push the wires down into that hole. I'm just taking my needle nose to assist, pushing the wires back into place. Okay. Now, I can put back the panel. So before I put the panel back on, let's verify that the unit is actually working. I'm going to press the power button and see if it powers up without the power cord even being connected. So it's working. Okay, now I can put back the panel. So we're going to put 8 longer screws in the center, and we're going to put 3 on each side on the outer edge. Those will be the shorter bolts. So we're going to take our longer bolts, go through the center, and I'm using a 2.5 millimeter Allen or a T-handle Allen. Put my longer bolts in the center. And this process is real fast. It's not a long process. I wasn't going to make this video, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that bought this same setup, and you might run into the same problem that I was having of the speaker not charging because the battery is just not holding a charge. And I probably had this thing for several years now. It's something that I don't use it often, but I will use it if I wanted to, like, tailgate, put it into my trailer. So I got all my screws back in. Let's see what happens when I plug in the power cord. It shows it has power. I'm gonna unplug the power cord, press the power button, and now I can put this thing in my trailer, take it with me. This thing works really well. It even have some ports on here where it will charge my devices. So all I have to do is just let this thing charge up and it's ready to go. So I hope this video helps some of you guys out that purchased the Ion Pathfinder 2. If you find this video helpful, be sure to click the like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'll see you a little bit later out here in the Caliente garage.